I know, right?
The big bad booty daddy!
Hey, Ass Man Barbecue sent us a message. I wonder how he got that name, Ass Man Barbecue. He's probably chilling with one of his boys up at a rib joint, and some fine-butted freak walked past. He's like, man, I love Ass Man Barbecue. Ow. That's our boy. So what's he saying? Hey, he actually requested a movie. That's pretty cool. You know what, loyal subjects? You can request a movie too. I mean, we're all about fans here. Okay, what do you request? Hope it's something good.
Thought we were friends, bro. Ass man, BBQ, we were bros. You subscribe to me, I subscribe to you. And then you ask for one of the worst films ever made, ever spawned by humans in the history of cinema. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, the gruesome edition. Yeah, it's pretty gruesome. Nice Saw rip-off cover. Now, let's take a trip down history lane. Toby Hooper, aka bitch ass, I got personal problems with that cocksucker I ever seen in the street with throwing hands. But okay, so Toby Hooper signed a 3-picture deal with Canon, a really popular VHS distributor back in the 80s. Now, he made this movie called Life Force, which wasn't a Nintendo game, or based on the Nintendo game, so fuck it. And he really wanted to make this Invaders from Mars movie, which had the Martians with the varsity jackets. But to do that, they said, you gotta make Chainsaw 2. You gotta make Chainsaw 2. So, he made Chainsaw 2. Now, he directed Chainsaw, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which was a groundbreaking masterpiece. You know, it really opened the doors. It's the first movie ever used power tools to kill people that I can remember. You know, it was made with no money, made a shit ton of money, and was well received and scared the hell out of this entire country and many countries around the world. Now, they pushed him for a sequel, so he gave us a sequel. But it's nothing that we wanted. And we'll never ask for anything from you again, Toby bitch-ass Hooper. Now, the first one came out in 1974. This came out in 1986. That's 12 years. That's 12 years too long. This film has a ridiculous opening sequence with a bunch of guys shooting like Texas monuments. It's really stupid. And of course, Leatherface shows up with a giant, comical-sized chainsaw. It's huge, it's gigantic, and he's got a corpse attached to him. And immediately, from the get-go, you know this movie is a fucking parody. He decided he couldn't top himself, so it's like, let's just make a black comedy. Let's just make a hilarious slasher movie. Well, let me tell you something, loyal subjects, let me tell you something, Internet, there's no such thing as an hilarious slasher movie. This movie's total shit. I mean, it focuses around this main character, Stretch, who's a radio DJ, and happens to record those two guys shooting shit get massacred because they call in and you can't hang up. Some really ridiculous, like, they can't get off the line or some shit. Like, their phone does, the radio station's phone doesn't work. It's stupid. It makes me look stupid when I explain it. So fuck it, moving on. So Leatherface also there's more members of the family this time around. The cook, who was in the first film, he's now like a local celebrity. He makes chili, which is humans, and he feeds people chili, which I never understood. If he was a cannibal, why do cannibals want to make everybody else eat people? Wouldn't they not give a shit and just want to eat people? And why would he become a local celebrity? This makes no sense. It's completely different from the tone of the original, because this is all comedies and jokes and jokes and jokes and spaghetti. So you have this guy who attacks a cost stretch in her radio thing, and that's another thing. That's the thing that bothers me. They get outed on the radio. So the gang, they're like a comedy troupe in this movie. They're always kicking each other in the ass and poking each other in the eyes and doing Three Stooges bits. They decide to leave their lair and go out and stalk this person at a radio station. That would never happen in the original film. So you got Bill Moseley, who is Rob Zombie's boyfriend. And Rob Zombie also got a lot of influence in this movie, but we're going to get to that. He plays his character, Bill Moseley plays his character named Chop Top, who has a plate on his head, and he has a wire hanger, and he scratches it, and he eats the flesh. It's fucking he's one of the worst characters in film history. I mean, this guy is an asshole, and he has such memorable lines as "lick my plate, dog bitch." I think he says butt farts and stupid shit like that. And he wears a Sonny Bono wig and acts like a hippie. That pretty much explains his character. I mean, he's just saying asinine shit the entire movie. In this movie, fucking Rob Zombie must jerk off the shit because it's a lot like a zombie film. It makes no sense and it's full of awful dialogue. And Leatherface. Not only does he have a huge comic chainsaw, he's wearing like a business suit most of the time. And he also has a love interest. He falls in love with Stretch. And that leads to one of the worst scenes ever because she's up all straddled and he starts rubbing the chainsaw up against her. And he thrusts with a chainsaw. He acts like he's humping with a giant chainsaw. Acts like he's humping. Giant chainsaw. You can only imagine. Plus, since we're talking about Leatherface, he does this chainsaw dance. He does like this. The whole movie. I mean, what does that even mean? What is that? That's not scary. Some dude flopping around. Big fat dude in a suit shaking a chainsaw. And they give him, he hums and he makes noises and he sings and it's like, and I'm pretty sure he does a gulp. I was like, God, this is not Leatherface, dude. And they call him Leatherface in the movie. I don't think I like that much.